This week on My Global Adventure.
You don't really want me to eat that. Day 137. We're on our way to our first Australian adventure.
They drive on the wrong side of the road here. What happened there? What the hell happened there?
What the heck was that? As soon as Tom passes a highway spot check.
No problem. Have a good night.
What time is it, Tom? 9:33 in the morning.
It's kind of early to be drinking, isn't it, Tom? We landed yesterday in Perth on the continent's southwestern coast. A city of 1.2 million people, Perth also happens to be the most isolated capital in the world. Today, we're on our way to Mandurah, 74 kilometers south of Perth. Mandurah is a popular resort town in Western Australia, but there won't be a lot of R&R today. Not if George Wally has anything to say about it. Hi, George. Asia.
Welcome to Mandurah.
Good, thank you very much.
And,
George Wally is a school teacher who recently began teaching the language of his people, the Noongar. Today, he's taken time off from the classroom to share some of the traditions of his culture. Come along, let's have some fun. It doesn't take long to see that George Wally is a man tied closely to his roots and to the environment. I'm sharing my seat with spears and stuff. George's love for nature and his history of his culture is addictive.
Culture is all about traditional Aboriginal way of life and also some aspects about contemporary Aboriginal life, and you can't separate the two. Like, for example, if you're teaching about kangaroos, you go back into the old stories, you go back into stories of families going out kangarooing. Even today, we still go out kangarooing today and get a feed of kangaroo, because it's been our food, still our food.
Talking to George and interviewing George per se was not like it usually is. It was more like just two people meeting each other who wanted to know each other. It was more of a give and take.
In other words, you can use it on an open cut on your hand or arm.
What George gives me is some sense of the skills needed to survive the wilds of the Australian outback, such as finding medicinal sap in certain trees. That's not bad. It's kind of like dry Kool-Aid.
You always look down when you're walking through the bush.
He also shows me how to make something as simple as rope from the leaves of plants.
Now you want to put your thumb in the middle or finger in the middle. Bring those together.
Da, da, da. Da. And he helps me build something as complex as a freestanding shelter made from branches and twigs. I should grab that rope that we made today.
The thing with making one of these, Asia, is that sometimes people do use rope, and it's a real work of art if you can do this without rope. So we're going to do it without rope.
All right. Okay. Nicely done. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new home.
Done.
Well done. To think that just started as a pile of wood and twigs and bark. And now it's an organized pile of wood and twigs and bark.
Yep, that you could sit in and get a bit of a windbreak and...
You can.
Keep a lot of the rain off you.
Designs based on native stories adorn George's hand-carved didgeridoo. Designs about snakes that created the rivers, trees that give of themselves for human use, and the spiritual energy that lives in everything around us. Here Hearing the didgeridoo is an example of something that once seemed so far away, all of a sudden being my reality, which is kind of a theme along this whole show. And it just kind of resonated within me. And it's kind of a resonating instrument anyway, so I think it hits a chord inside people, and that's what it hit inside me. It made all of this that was happening to me a reality. Oh no, you found a bug. Coming up, George and his family treat me to lunch, Australian Outback style. You don't really want me to eat that.
I have one inside the fish.
Oh yeah, we ate those.
Lemon aspen.
Day 137. When George Wally and I return from our walkabout in the Australian Outback, we find his partner Karen preparing a traditional lunch.
And get mixed herbs from the bush tucker, herbs and spices. Cover the fish in it.
Now, is this the kind of meals that you would have grown up with, or have you learned how to do this?
I've learned how to do this. Oh. So it's just a matter of folding it up and then wet it down either in river water or just in a spring. So with a damp paper bark, it also holds all the moisture in as well, and the fish should be just beautiful when it's cooked. So I'll put this one in there.
Asia.
Oh no, you found a bug for me.
I found one. I don't know where I got this from.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
One.
While we wait for the main course, George offers me an hors d'oeuvre, and he just held it out and looked at me.
No,
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Remember I was telling you that the first one we always eat
raw.
Raw? It's very, very rich in protein.
Oh, I'm nervous. And I don't think anybody really thought I was going to eat it. So look at him look at me like that. Oh, don't look at me like that. Don't eat me. But you know what? I looked at it and I thought, get over it. It's a cultural difference. Okay. I can't believe I just did that. Somebody get me a drink of water. I went to my happy place mentally, and when I came back, I actually had kind of a neat little aftertaste. Not something I'm going to pick up to eat all the time, but it wasn't that bad. I got grub in my teeth. Oh, they're actually kind of tasty.
I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Well done.
Thank you. But now I get to find the grub you get to eat. After lunch, George and Karen's children join us to take part in a ceremonial dance, performed to the stirring sounds of the didgeridoo. I think that what George is doing and what Aboriginals in Australia are hoping to do is not win back the land, but to still sort of stake their claim. And it's a statement of, rather than giving up and rather than getting angry and rather than trying to overpower, it's like just making a presence. Remember, this was ours first. We're still here. We're still strong. I just hope some of that strength rubs off tomorrow when I face my first real physical test in what could be the adventure of my life. Day 138. I'm about to find out what our audience has in store for me. As always, visitors to the Global Adventure website have cast their ballots. Another day, another adventure. And this time, only one vote separates the two top choices. Today, I tackle the winner. Why would someone jump out of a perfectly good plane? Because the web audience voted for it. Today, you will take a leap of faith and tandem skydive with Skydive Express. No worries, mate. There will be 2 cameras following you down. Screaming is optional. Yay. Today, our journey takes us east to the town of York, home of Skydive Express. So we've arrived, we're going skydiving. Oh, we're going skydiving! But we kind of got lost. It wasn't anybody's fault. Pointing any fingers. There it is. I'm signing my life away. Basically, taking your life into your own hands. Are you okay with that? I'm okay with that. The tandem master I will be diving with is a good-looking Swede named Carl, who goes by the nickname Crash. Fortunately, it comes from his love of the rock group Crash Test Dummies, and not his previous diving experience.
So arms through there, air shut.
The blonde with the camera is Mel, who will also be diving with us.
If you're called Aisha, can I be Australia?
You certainly can.
Yeah, okay.
Are you nervous?
Not at all.
When we first jump out, I give you a tap on the shoulder, so hands in front of you like this, 90 degrees to the body and 90 degrees up like this.
We were late because we got a little bit lost.
Legs together, knees together, back, and pelvis forward like this.
It was kind of a wham bam, thank you ma'am, whole thing.
You get a second tap, you bring your arms back in again, and that's when we open the parachute, okay?
Here you go, sign this, here you go, this is what you do.
Grab with your hands, grab below your knees and pull them up and point your toes forward.
I didn't have time to get nervous, even if I wanted to.
When we jumped out in the free fall, Mel will come up to you and we'll say good day to you in free fall. When she does that, you just grab her hand, just hold it like that.
Just do a grip, thumb to thumb.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You just hold it like
You're
that.
not afraid that I may never let you go? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
We're good? We're good to go?
We're good, we're ready to go. Bye Mom, I love you. Once we were up in the plane and we went through the clouds, I probably should have been nervous. I should have been scared. If I was thinking about it, I probably would have been a little more, but I've always wanted to skydive. I've always wanted to check that one off my list. So it was like, yeah, I was stoked. Oh, I'm gonna do this. And that was my overriding emotion.
Have a great jump, Aisha!
Right up until the point where they leaned me out the door. I was looking out at that little distant planet that used to be Earth that's now really far away, 14,000 feet away, in fact. The two people that had cameras on their helmets had gone out on the plane around the edge beforehand, and they were waiting there to catch the big moment where we went over. And I'm walking up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Day 138. We're in York, Australia, home of Skydive Express. But you won't find me down here. Right now, I'm 14,000 feet up.
Oh my God!
As part of my physical adventure in Australia, I'm about to jump out of a plane attached to a skydiver named Crash. I suspected that the scariest moment of skydiving is the letting go. It's being in a perfectly stable plane, still being a rational human being, and then jumping out. And I was right. That's exactly where it was the scariest. I expected the wind to hit us and we would kind of be and taken off, and we weren't at all. It was just this sort of gradual, gentle roll. My second thought was, oh my God, we're rolling. I don't think we're supposed to be rolling. Crap, I didn't put my feet up, I didn't put my head back, I've knocked off his balance. Now we're in a flat spin, we're gonna die. And I was scared to death for a moment there. And we rolled out and we rolled up flat and we were okay and we were sailing. It was hard to concentrate on anything but trying to keep breathing. And Mel was coming up with the camera and she stuck her hand out and we did a little spin and she was kind of sticking her tongue out at me and goofing around. It was really fun, but I had to sort of concentrate on having fun and not being so like, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Parachute came up, and that was it. Woo! It was over, it was done, and it was every bit as cool and exciting and scary and messed up as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, yeah!
Oh man,
How's that?
that was as close to flying as you can get without being a bird. That was fantastic fun. Thank you so much to the web audience for voting for this. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The next day, we head to Lancelin, a coastal town an hour north of Perth. We're gonna go sandboarding today. If anybody else is excited about that, as I am, I'd like to see them. We're gonna go in here and get ourselves a board, Head out on the road, hit the dune. Probably literally hit the dune a lot. Do you know where we can rent sandboards?
Yep, they're just in the box.
Okay. And what kind of footwear do we need for this?
Just
bare feet?
Yep, bare feet.
Excellent. That'll save you some money. Okay.
And you just put a little bit of that on the bottom of the board. Like just put it a little bit of swirl down each time you go down the dunes. Just like wax.
Good, thank you. Lucky number 13. Sand dunes to the east of Lancelin are perfect for this down-under cousin to snowboarding. And with no instructor in sight, I'm strictly on my own. I've heard the saying, what goes up must come down. Today, what wants to come down must first go up. Usually whenever we have an adventure, we usually have somebody that's a mediator between us and whatever it is we're doing, either a professional that we're tandeming with or somebody who's going to teach me how to do it. With sandboarding, we had nobody. It was like, if I was going to learn this, I was going to learn it all on my own.
Oh, a little too much.
I was just going to get out and be challenged directly by that board. I had paid my dues with snowboarding before, and I knew it was going to be tough. But it didn't matter, because it was the challenge. It was get up there and do it, and if you fall, will you get up and do it again? If you fall, will you get up and do it again? I feel like that's exactly what this show has been. Get up, fall, get up, fall, get up. The real test is, will you get up? You gotta get up again. Are you gonna get up? The guy was right at the shop, turning his less edge than a snowboard, but the theory's still the same. As soon as you lean back on your supporting leg, that board slips right out from under you. Keep that in mind. Finally. It's a great day on the dunes, and I leave here with a real sense of accomplishment. But another adventure, one even more fulfilling, is waiting in the wings. They come swimming right under you, and they come diving around, and they goof around, and they bump the guy with the little scooter, and oh my God, it was so cool. Since Swimming with Dolphins placed a close second in the web audience vote, we've decided to give it a try. It means traveling to Rockingham, a beautiful seaside town just south of Perth. The 45-minute bus ride gives our hosts plenty of time to lay down a few ground rules.
Do you think you can touch the dolphins today? I'm sorry, my answer is definitely no. Please don't even think about touching dolphins today. Same as you guys. If somebody is going to come and try to grab you, how do you feel? I get very frightened as well. You know, dolphins are the same.
So Terry, hi, nice to meet you. Asia?
Yeah, excellent. Great to meet you too.
Thanks very much for... When I meet the owner of Rockingham Dolphins, Terry Hawson, it's clear that these ground rules originate with him.
I don't want to change anything about them, and I want to show people actually them being wild, how they feed, how they mate, how they fight, how all things like that, like proper ecotourism, you know. It's like a person saying to me, I go and study people, but I go into a jail to study people. If people are taken out of their environment, they act differently. If dolphins are taken into an area that's out of their environment, like swimming pool, it's different. They act differently.
It's that attitude that has allowed Terry to build a trust with the dolphins.
Please don't jump off the back of the boat on top of the dolphins' heads.
For a whole year, he spent 10 hours a day, 7 days a week in the water, simply observing them. That developed into an open friendship with over 150 dolphins that come to swim with him, his crew, and the 30 people he takes out each day. My impression of dolphins has always been that they were intelligent. I think what I was really taken by, though, was the fact that they were so playful. They seemed to be so happy. I knew it was going to be cool, and it was going to be magical. But what really got me was when I put my whole head under. It cut out everything. It cut out the people talking on the boat, and I couldn't hear anything but the muffled sound of the water. And every once in a while, I could hear the clear little clicks and squeaks of the dolphins themselves, and they would just come through crystal clear. That really struck me. I'm not sure why, but it was like an entirely different experience of silence that I liked. It hit me. Even though the dolphins themselves maybe haven't been changed as far as being moved from the wild, the people that work with those dolphins have been changed because the crew was so content, and I think being there was what made them content. Australia would take months, if not years, to really see all it has to offer. We've barely touched the surface, but I've had the time of my life doing it. From sandboarding to skydiving, from swimming with the dolphins to eating grubs in the outback, I've been able to push myself physically, forcing myself outside my comfort zone. I've learned by doing, by experiencing everything from raw fear in a big blue sky to pure joy in a deep blue ocean. I feel like I've come alive in Australia and leave here with a renewed confidence born of falling down, getting up, and not being afraid to try again.
Coming up on My Global Adventure.
I was actually intimidated to visit the Maori. You're pummeling towards the earth. You're gonna die. I'm a lamb chopper.